Hmm? Ah, Selphine. You was awake already? How are you feeling, Selphine? I'm fine now. At least she's looking a bit better than Ritona is. Ah. Selphine sighs deeply and relaxes her shoulders. It looks like I did it yet again, huh? That's certainly an overstatement. I wouldn't say it happens this regularly. So this happened before, eh? Really? You know, I remember it so clearly, like it was just yesterday. Do you mean the last time it happened? Yes, it feels like the more I experience Empress Syndrome, the more clearly I remember each occurrence. It is said to be a phenomenon necessary for one's self-protection. Maybe you remember it more clearly because when it surfaced, your life was at risk. I really don't like it when that happens, especially with Queen Rhaegar's memories and personality. I know that Rusenheide wouldn't have been the powerful kingdom it is today if it wasn't for her. But when I think about how she'll eventually become a part of me, it's a complicated feeling. You imagine that, having the memories and personalities of a bloodthirsty ruler in you. Queen Rhaegar, doesn't she feel anything whenever she, kills someone? It's like her sense of right and wrong was based on her own concept of justice. She would manipulate anyone for the sake of the country, whether they were close subordinates, friends, even family. Ritona, do you remember the story about Cyrus? He served at Queen Rhaegar's side as the leader of the Knights for over 20 years, right? That's right. If I remember correctly, the Union had him deflect to their side. He turned traitor to Rusenheide and plotted to kill Queen Rhaegar. His plan failed though. Yes. Did you know that he and Queen Rhaegar were so close that there were rumours of them having a relationship? I do. It's quite a well-known story. And the ending was just as famous. When I'm guessing it's Chris, right? No, because there's no H. Cyrus then. Cyrus made an attempt at Queen Rhaegar's life. It was her royal guardian who protected her. Her guardian disarmed him and knocked him to the ground, and then she was asked what should be done to Cyrus. Queen Rhaegar picked up Cyrus's knife and ran it through his neck without hesitation. Oh boy. Exactly. At the time, Rusenheide was still in its infancy. One little mistake and other countries would have swallowed it whole. Truly, a time of instability. Delphine and I find it difficult to imagine having lived in relative peace until just very recently. What made you bring up that story, if you don't mind me asking? Cyrus's execution. People praised Queen Rhaegar's swift action against him as a sign of strength. Without her, Rusenheide wouldn't be where it is today. I can understand that. She certainly was, well, quite the proactive leader. The truth is, as Queen Rhaegar looked at the spray of blood gushing from Chris's throat, all she wanted to do was go back to her room and change out of her dress. What? Her dress was soaked in Chris's blood. So she refrained from joining others in a meal and thought of how troublesome being late was when she came back to her room. That's all she thought after killing someone who had closely served under her for so long, with her own two hands no less. I never knew. Queen Rhaegar didn't feel sad or angry that she was betrayed like anyone else would. Instead, it was like she felt relieved at that very moment. And her heart was unnaturally at peace. I think she became like that because despair was constantly following her every step of the way. Now that I think about it, I also felt that from Melano. That's why it upset me. Didn't Rudo say something like that? That someone who can just put on and take off their emotions isn't human? He did. I had argued against him about that, but the truth is, I agreed with him. It's exactly as he said. He's absolutely right. Queen Rhaegar's ability to completely detach herself emotionally is just inhuman. I never ever want to become someone like that. Perhaps that kind of cold-heartedness was just the norm back then, even if it is beyond us. But that cold-heartedness is going to become a part of me. That's a horrible thought to have, isn't it? She's on the mark. But look at her successors. Like Queen Rhaegar's son, King Varag, who founded the Alliance. He and the present King Valar are far from what we could call cold-hearted. Of course, I know that, but it's different. How? I know that both my father and Rhaegar were kind and passionate, but just thinking of inheriting Queen Rhaegar terrifies me. One day, I may end up having to use... One day I may end up having to make use of Queen Rhaegar's strength. And I don't want that. I don't want to turn into someone who thinks like her. Even if I can control and suppress it, I want nothing to do with it. Oh, Ritona, where's Rune? He's probably outside helping the ship's crew. Could you bring her in? I want to talk with Rune about this, too. Understood. I'll be right back. Oh, God, it's nice to have some sound. That was a tense conversation without any music then. Oh, Ritona. There you are, Rune. How is Sally doing? She's fine. In fact, she just came to. Thank goodness. All hands on deck. Excuse us passing through. What's all the commotion? Seems like we're arrived at the swap point. I realised that the ship had stopped. I also noticed the presence of a small boat anchored beside us. Looks like they're switching with a crew from the inner pole. Which means... Mana. Yes. This feels right. A feeling of relief fills me. The past 4 days we spent in the outer pole feels like ages ago now. Oh, you can already sense the mana? Yes. It's an indescribable feeling, but it's like a warm embrace. Maybe it's because we've been in the outer pole for so long? Well, this may be the first time in my life that I truly felt the presence of mana. This sensation is like slowly immersing oneself in water of the exact same temperature. As it permeates throughout my body, it becomes one with me and I become linked with the environment. I sense the mana assimilating into me. The way this mana exerts pressure on the skin, this is unmistakably aqua mana. The ratio of mana is quite skewed though. We're near the second pole after all. The second pole is aqua, I believe. So it seems. I've only ever heard about it. Aqua, huh? Of all the attributes, it's the one I'm worst at handling. Is that so? I didn't know people had weak and strong areas for mana. Heck, I thought you were a master at everything. Is that sarcasm I hear? Of course I have my weak points too. Alright ladies, this is as far as my crew and I gotten. The one in black's looking a whole lot better now. All thanks to you. Getting closer to the man has practically brought me back to life. You really are from the inner pole, huh? Well, I guess that explains it. Ah, that's right. Even though I've gotten sensitive because we haven't had any exposure in the last few days, the presence of mana can still be sensed on one's bare skin. Captain, are you alright? What about mana shock? Of course I ain't alright, and I'll have to move the swap point back too. This is clearly unreasonable. Why would people from the outer pole have to go up until the very edge of where mana starts to become abundant? Why can't people from the inner pole just sail straight to your port instead? And the ports being as close as they are, people from the inner pole would have far fewer problems than you would. Because they don't wanna. They can't stand being someplace without mana. That's absurd. Besides, from their point of view, they're being nice enough to give us some work. The contract Chief Rudo drew up nets them a pretty good deal, but they just wouldn't be reasonable with that. They said that we'd have to do this much if we really wanted to work. They said that we have to do this much if we really wanted to work with them. I swear, damn people from the inner pole are always so condescending. I see. That really hurts. Well, it's only been a short while, but good luck. You take care of yourself, especially you, Superwoman. Yes, thank you for taking care of us this far, Superwoman. The change of crew took no more than 10 minutes. It seemed to be just routine for the experienced sailors. Well, that's only natural. Lock off, and in the worst case, lives may be at risk. Alright, Miss Hydeswan did say that the outer pole's boundaries were shrinking. He did, yes. I wonder what's causing it. It'll take quite some time. What if the boundaries are pushed back all the way to the cities? I'd rather not imagine. In any case, we really were in the outer pole, huh? Did you have a revelation? I never once in my life thought that I'd end up going there. There isn't anything like it anywhere near who's in hiding, so I never imagined a place like that in the outer pole. Mitona, is everything alright? Oops, I completely forgot. I was supposed to bring Rune to Selphine. I guess I took far too long. Telly, you alright now? I feel fine. All I needed was some rest. What's wrong, Sally? Rune, I'm sorry. Sorry for saying all those horrible things. From when you were suffering from Empress Syndrome? So you know about it. Yes, Ritona told me all about it. That wasn't my first time. I might end up experiencing it again. But I really didn't mean to. No, I can't say that I didn't mean to. What do you mean? Even though I was overcome like that, I still had a clear sense of who I was. I did what I did back then because in my mind, that was what I thought was best. So, I can't say that I didn't mean any of it. Sally. Relax, it's alright. Don't beat yourself up over it. Eh? I want to know more about the people who gave me a second chance at life. You and Ritona treated me like an equal. Yeah, treated me like an equal when I wasn't even human. There's no way either of you could be anything but good people. Rune. acting out of the usual doesn't change anything about your soul, your memory mana. That's what I believe. Thank you. Thank you, Rune, from the bottom of my heart. Don't make that face, Sally. Smile, smile. I'm looking forward to the rest of your journey together. Rest of our journey together. Me too. What's the plan now anyway? You were taking a while to get back, Vitona. Did something happen? Sorry, I was about to call Rune over, but the ship was just switching crews. Switching crews? We just arrived at the boundary between the poles, so the ship had to change hands. What? Wait, does that mean that all the people aboard this ship weren't with us earlier? Indeed, they'd finished transferring just earlier. Amazing. Doing all this while at sea. Have you started to feel it yet, Selphine? Feel what? We've entered the inner poles area now. Ah, now that you mention it, I can. This is mana. Wait, this feels different from Rosenheim days. The continent we're sailing towards is a second pole. It's filled with aqua, the complete opposite of Rosenheide's mana. Oh, you're right, it is aqua mana. It really does feel completely different. Wow, so the affinity of the mana changes the sensation? With a mana ratio like this, you can definitely feel it. It's like we stepped into a completely different world. Oh wait, Sally, you couldn't immediately tell what kind of mana it was? Haha, if I could, I'd be a single crafter in no time. Single crafter? Long explanation, but in our kingdom's system, you're ranked from single crafter up to queen crafter, indicating how many types of mana you've mastered. To pass the exam to be a single crafter, you need to be able to sense mana, analyze it to determine its composition, and shift or manipulate it to a certain degree. Is that anything anyone can do? Well, asserting the composition and shifting should be doable for anyone. However, mana craft operates on precise ratios, so studying and practice are essential for efficient use of craft. Maintaining a campfire would be the easiest and I can't say it. I can't say it, so I don't know why. Wet branches and leaves won't catch fire, and rocks and dirt aren't good either. You're just throwing in whatever you find isn't going to work. Mana craft is taking the proper fuel, in our case mana, from the surroundings, the atmosphere, and producing the desired results. I think I'm starting to get it. It sounds incredibly simple and intuitive, but just becoming a single crafter is really hard. Hey, you over there, who are you? What are you still doing here? The rest of the crew have already boarded the other ship. And you are? I'm the captain of the second crew. Ah, we're originally residents of the inner pool, so no worries. Please steady the ship for her course. What? Hey, are you really from the inner pool? We are. Well, technically one of us isn't, but I'd rather not get into the details. I can't believe you went to some mannerless hellhole like that. Just what the hell were you doing with sad bums like those? You three alright? Ruined slums. Is this what they call discrimination? You sure have a way with words. We're feeling somewhat ill because we overextended our stay, but what we did there is none of your business. The captain spits over the side of the vessel and glares at us in bewilderment. He sneers at us, as if thinking to himself that he was a fool for asking. Was he really taken aback by our attitude? We're in no position to pick a fight with him. Excuse me. Well, let's just say we've been through a lot. We're in your hands, Captain. The captain leaves without a word and begins to issue orders to his crew. Not a single member of the crew spoke with us for the remainder of the voyage. What a friendly bunch. What a friendly bunch. Yeah, at least you finished the first chapter.